Many Christians don't realize the shocking truth that the very moment God blesses you greatly is often the exact season the enemy works hardest to pull you away, because Satan knows blessings can either draw you closer to God or secretly make you forget Him. And this is why so many believers backslide after receiving what they prayed for, just like Israel, who worshiped God in the wilderness but turned to idols once they reached abundance in the Promised Land. The first hidden reason is spiritual complacency, because when you were desperate, you prayed, fasted, cried out daily, but once God opened doors, you stopped burning with the same hunger. And this shift fulfills the warning in Deuteronomy 8:11. Beware that you do not forget the Lord your God by not keeping His commandments. The second reason is pride, because blessings can make you think you achieved it by your own strength, and pride is always the breeding ground of a fall, as Proverbs 16:18 reminds us. And this pride is subtle. It creeps in quietly when you start saying, "I deserve this," instead of "God's mercy gave me this." The third hidden reason is unchecked desires that blessings expose, because money, influence, or even relationships will reveal what was already in your heart. And James 1:14 warns that every person is tempted when drawn away by their own lust, which is why the devil waits until you're elevated to tempt you in areas you thought were dead. The fourth reason is distraction, because blessings often come with new responsibilities, new people, and new environments. And if you don't guard your time with God, you will drown in what was supposed to be a gift, like Martha, who was worried and troubled about many things, while Mary sat at the Master's feet, Luke 10:41. The fifth reason is demonic opposition, because the higher God raises you, the more hell assigns targeted attacks to drag you down. And Jesus Himself warned in Luke 22:31 that Satan has asked to sift you as wheat, meaning the enemy always notices when you are on the brink of destiny. And so backsliding after blessings is not random. It is strategic spiritual warfare. The shocking reality is that blessings test your foundation more than trials do, because storms push you to God, but success tests whether you will stay with Him when you feel like you no longer need Him. And that is why David cried in Psalm 119:71, "It was good for me to be afflicted so that I might learn your decrees," knowing that pain kept him closer than prosperity. So you must examine yourself honestly right now. Are your prayers less desperate than they were before God blessed you? Are you guarding your heart against the pride and lust that can secretly grow in abundance? Are you protecting your spirit from the subtle distractions that steal your devotion? And are you standing firm when Satan tries to sift you with the very things you once called in answer to prayer? Because God's word says in 1 Corinthians 10:12, "So if you think you are standing firm, be careful that you don't fall." This is your warning and your challenge. Do not let your blessing become your downfall. Do not let answered prayers push you farther from the one who answered them. For the greatest tragedy is not being without, but gaining everything and losing the presence of God. So cling to Him more tightly in blessing than you ever did in struggle, for only then will your blessing remain a testimony instead of a trap.